All right, so here we go. No music this time, which, as I was just saying, is kind of ironic, being this episode was a lot more music-based than it had been. You heard a big score, the whole
score was
beginning.
so tremendous.
It was.
It shivered up and down my spine.
Really set the tone, too. I mean...
It was very tragic, and it was a very
yeah.
tragic episode, especially the first half was just like death.
I know you're heartbroken.
Oh, yeah.
I know
you're. Marjorie?
Yeah.
Natalie Dormer. I was reading, maybe we saw the High Sparrow just evaporate, and we saw people die,
man.
and then JP was like, I don't think you survived that.
I don't think anyone made it out.
No, I don't.
I was
either.
hoping so bad. Then when I just saw the explosion engulf like half the
You're like, there's no way.
There's no way.
Cersei's the ultimate G, though. You have to admit it now, even more so than Daenerys.
Oh, yeah.
Matt.
And that's kind of what we've got, right? We kind of are going to have Daenerys versus Cersei. So you've got Daenerys is more good, but she's ruthless, and then you got evil, and she's ruthless. I mean, and I'm sure someone will disagree. Cersei's just kind of evil. I mean, I know she's got her motives, but
those clams are going to be snapping at one another, though. I'm telling you, me and Matt were watching it last night, and Matt's like, "Look at this girl. She's out on her balcony, just toasting to the devastation,
just happy about it.
I had to literally like bear hug Matt from the back just to keep him composed, man."
Did you enjoy that? Who enjoyed that more?
I know I did.
I just thought it was necessary. I won't enjoy nothing.
Like Cersei, you were just taking the steps you felt necessary.
Exactly.
She had a chain on and everything.
She was boss. I thought, I love how they did it. I thought she was getting ready for her trial. And
me too, yeah.
And absolutely not. And it really just shows how the High Sparrow really just did not take her serious enough.
Boy, was I wrong. Last week I was saying Jamie's going to come back to see her getting executed, man. He came back to see her getting throned. Is that the right coronated? Crowned, yeah.
That's
exactly right. Well, I thought that. I thought that exact thing. I was like, man, last week we were predicting Jamie will come in and see her die.
Yeah.
But actually it was the opposite. We saw Jamie come in.
I should have known better.
She makes a great opponent for Daenerys, though.
Oh, she does.
Yeah. I mean, the two of them going at it for the throne.
We know Jon Snow's going to side with Daenerys. I see that coming. One question I had for him, and there's so much to cover. This podcast will probably go a little longer because even now I'm thinking there's so many other things in this episode. But we still don't know whether Jon Snow was a product of love or rape, though, right? We know obviously he's half Targaryen, but
it seemed, based on what I saw, it seemed like she was in a pretty decent place with it. I mean, other than her dying, she was just like protect him, or you didn't really hear what she said. But
I was going to say she whispered and you heard bits and pieces, and in the very end, you finally heard, what he'll do if he finds out, blah, 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 blah. Like, I guess Robert would have absolutely had him killed.
You're saying her quarters were so nice, she must have had a consensual love relationship.
I'm thinking they ran away together, not that she was kidnapped.
That's why it was so nice in there. But if you're gonna have a sex slave, you're gonna put her up in a halfway decent place. I know, I've seen your spare bedroom.
From experience?
I've seen the no, I was throwing this at Matt. I was calling him the abattoir.
Oh, okay.
Is that even the right word?
Okay.
Abattoir, what do they do?
I don't know.
I think they kill animals. They don't rape women. But anyway.
But so we obviously now and it's one of those things where people have predicted this for so long, but I'm okay with it being, The Walking Dead makes me mad sometimes because it's just so easy to predict, spoiler alert, tune out. Oh, Beth's going to die. Or, you kind of, just me, I it's been several times where I'm like, well, we know so-and-so is going to die, and they do. Like Tyrese, I predicted his death right before that episode started. I was like, I can see Tyrese dying this episode. And then,
yeah.
But the Game of Thrones did it, and I'm cool with it because I am happy to see it play the path that people have been,
Yeah, and the real question is who's going to get to Cersei first, Olenna or Daenerys?
Right.
Because that was Varys' secret mission. He went to Dorne and he found
allies. Right?
Yeah. He knows that they want to get back at Cersei. Yeah.
So now Dorne, House Tyrell, they're all linking up with Daenerys.
Tyrell got that money too.
Yeah.
And Daenerys also has Euron's niece and nephew coming with them now. We saw
the fleet
them,
of ships, the Dothraki. The army is growing.
She's got. She went from literally nothing. It's a great, rags to riches story for Daenerys because she really has went from nothing to something. Just to think she was one of the last few of her kind, and actually Robert Baratheon was trying to have her assassinated. you know, way back when, and then now she's got this huge army of, you know, she brings people together too. There's so many different races and types of people in her army, you know. Old Daenerys.
It's a real testament to diversity.
Well, she's a strong leader, and she's a capable leader.
Rags to riches, baddest bitches. How you gonna tell these
I went completely brain dead. Theon is you know,
Theon Yara.
Yeah, I just know Euron, Euron, as we like to call him, is coming after him. But I mean, I really, maybe he'll have something to play. Like maybe he'll team up with Cersei or something. I just see him kind of being like a bug in the way. Like, you know, I think he's going to get squashed out pretty quick.
I can't imagine if him seeing Daenerys' army and him thinking that he could win.
Right.
So, do you think that he might do a little backpedaling a little bit? Maybe.
I just see them killing him.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, you know. And you were right about something too that I didn't even think about, because you asked last week. You were like, "Well, what do we think that Sir Davos is going to do when he finds out? You know, what happened to the little what's
Melisandre?
Stannis' daughter, Shireen.
Yeah.
It's end of the day, folks. We've all been working, but and I didn't even think about that. I thought like he was past that, and then didn't even realize. You know, he was furious. He told her straight up, "You come back here, I'll execute you myself."
Yeah. John, you know, he was leaning on her though. He was just like, you know, just get out of here, leave, don't come back. But I mean, he could have been a lot worse.
I couldn't believe he was so hasty. I'd have been like, you know what, Davos, leave the room for a second. Me and Melisandre, we're going to iron this thing out. I might need her, you know? I mean, she brings people back from the dead, Sir Davos. Be practical for once in your life.
Realistically, as bad as it sucks, it would have been one of those times where I'd have been like, I understand your anger, I understand where you're coming from, but I might need her. We know a war far beyond anything they fought is on the way.
It seems like, you know, while John could have that opinion, it seems more like that he's not happy with her. Right. I mean, he didn't want to come back. You know, I don't think he wanted to come back. He even told her, "Don't bring me back if I die in this next battle or whatever."
Yeah.
Oh, that's so crazy. I'd have been like, "Look, Davos, she will regrow your fingers if you just kind of like sweep this under the rug. You know, you'll have a full hand again."
I sometimes forget he lost some of his fingers.
Wasn't he like wearing them as a necklace at one point? I want to say it was.
I know that Jaime wore his hand all around his neck.
No, that's not what I'm thinking. But anyway.
Cersei definitely coming off. What do you think Jaime's thinking right now? You know, I mean, he didn't look like he was too happy with what he was seeing.
He's probably like, this bitch over here is crazy. Like, she's lost it. I mean,
the prophecy came
all
through.
Of her kids
all of her kids are gone. Yeah,
I didn't see that coming. I thought that he would die, but I didn't think that he would actually take his own life. You know, wow.
I mean, he just sets the crown down all nice, kind of walks off camera and does something, and then you're just like,
well, he lost his steady poon. You know, like you know.
I told him that I was like, Marjorie just was throwing that it was just too.
Her
good.
wifely duties were. You know,
God, if they would have just left them alone, man.
She got to his heart through his boner. I mean, that's how it happened.
She just was like, I want to do this. I would do this all day, every day.
I know you were upset. I
was very upset.
Man, if I'd have been King Tommen, I would have thrown myself into a big old pile of bitches. Because I'm the king, I can get as much as I want. But he's so tender-hearted. That
Marjorie, man, it's just something about her though. She's hot. I don't know.
She should have took on Cersei, though.
The thing about it is, you're right. She almost outsmarted her. But Cersei, being the experienced veteran in the matters of espionage and Game of Thrones, if you will.
She pretty much
you either
win
the name
of the
or you
show.
die.
Yeah, you either win or you die.
She really is Tywin's daughter, though. I mean,
she's ruthless.
Best.
Oh yeah, she's ruthless.
That's something Jaime, none of them really got was that pure, just ruthless grit.
Imagine what Tyrion's got to be feeling now, though. He's on a boat, and like you said, that whole moment was awesome when she made him the hand of the queen.
Oh, yeah, that was
a great
so nice,
moment.
Yeah.
Like JP said, it's kind of just waiting for her to run her hands through his hair.
Yeah,
maybe a little romance there, but I really think that they're like related. I still think he's half Targaryen.
Who knows? I mean, that would be kind of crazy if he was too.
Yeah.
I mean, especially oh wow, I didn't even know you were my brother.
Yeah, thank God I didn't do you on the steps when I made you hand to the queen, because it definitely ran through my mind. But imagine what he has to be going through. He's on a boat sailing back to where he came from to do battle with his family, more or less.
Yeah,
I mean, which I don't blame him, because they straight up tried to have him killed. So blood isn't but so thick at that point. But I mean, just imagine what it's got to be going through his head. He's on a boat headed back to take on his siblings, more or less.
It's
his nephew,
crazy.
for what he thinks.
I felt so bad for Daenerys' ex-boyfriend,
right?
The guy she dumped. Man, we've all been in that spot.
She was straight heartless too.
Yeah.
I mean, not even like a goodbye. Dip in the Well, sex. I don't know what he'd be dipping in. I know what he's
dipping. Goodbye sex.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out a good metaphor for that, but
breakup sex. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Goodbye sex. I'm not. Maybe I might not ever see you again. Sex.
I mean, that's her whole point. I don't want to see you anymore.
I mean, she's heartless too. She's like, I felt nothing. Poor. We don't know. We don't know where the Thing is right now. Off trying to find a cure to fix his rock arm.
Oh yeah, Jorah.
I thought we might have saw like a clip of him.
We didn't see him in this episode. We didn't see the Hound either.
No, the Hound. I thought about that when I was riding back from the gym. Like, we didn't see the Hound. I guess that was just kind of their way of like, he's going to be involved later on. Let's just go ahead and make it known he's here.
Yeah. He's not a big player right just yet. Yeah.
I'm really anxious to see who's. It's kind of like picking teams for kickball in middle school all over again. Like, I'm just waiting to see who's going to be on the battlefield fighting the White Walkers. I'm expecting so many people to die on that battlefield.
Oh, my goodness. You better believe it.
I really thought 1-1 would be
You guys want to know what really, really, really pissed me off this episode?
What?
They named Jon Snow King of the North. Everyone's bowing down to him, kneeling. They should have turned their asses around and kneeled in front of Littlefinger. Lord Baelish is who won that battle, and ain't nobody trying to name him King of the North.
Oh, my God.
But one thing we did realize is Sansa does love him. That's one thing. That was the big takeaway.
What part of the episode did you take that from?
After she propositioned him, I know she gave him the old shove-off, but that was just her being playful. Like, you know what? You're
playing
still
hard to get.
JP, have you ever had a sexual harassment charge?
This is what I'm saying.
I think you read female signals wrong.
When she's walking away and she stops and he's like, says something that, my love, she just stands there and she kind of grins. I saw the grin.
She grin like, yeah, bitch, look at what you can't have.
Grin because she knows he's still after her and she wants him too. And they trade those glances from she's at the table beside Jon.
He did not look happy. I mean, she's now got herself an enemy in Littlefinger. His time's coming. If I was her, I'd be like, all right, Jon, since you're now king, can we kill him?
That's because for the first time ever, someone's pulling Littlefinger strings, and it's Sansa pulling his heartstrings. And he doesn't know what to do. But Sansa knows
just keep dreaming on, man.
Do you think she's playing hard to get?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. She loves him, and now she knows that he loves her. That's what she's been waiting 6 seasons to hear Littlefinger say that, and he finally did.
So essentially, she has him exactly where she wants him.
Exactly where she wants him, but she's going to make him work for it. She's going to make him work for it.
I don't think that's what's happening at all.
As well he should, because she's so beautiful.
I think we're going to see Littlefinger die off.
He ain't dying
pretty. I could see him dying off kind of like early off in the season. I really feel like he's going to try to turn on him, and we're just going to see that Jon Snow's no longer playing. I don't know. How crazy is that, though, that he's not even, he's not Ned's son, though. He's just, so what would he be? Sansa's cousin, technically? Sister's dad, sister's kid. So, cousin. Huh. So, yeah.
And I think if he is truly Targaryen, that he would be like Daenerys' nephew.
Yeah. Huh. I had read that they thought that them two were going to, hook up, which in this universe, that's to be nephew and niece isn't anything nearly as bad. I mean, brother and sister make sweet, sweet love, and it's.
And the Targaryens did that to keep their bloodlines pure, but they also led to insanity. So.
Yep, they did. So I think we're going to see Jon Snow and Daenerys. I would love to see Daenerys and Jon Snow.
Sure, yeah.
Hook up and
you mean hook up like hook up?
Oh, like hook up. Like I'm seeing, like
hook up.
Like hook up. It makes some
Aunt Danny over here gonna lay it down.
But I don't know. I see them.
Can we talk about Lady Mormont, the little girl who was just like giving everybody the business?
Gave him like the William Wallace speech.
Great.
It was like you didn't do shit.
Yeah, really turned them around.
And he won the war without you. So
that was a very choking moment because you felt so good. I mean, Jon Snow's been through so much. I mean, he's a bastard son.
Lady Mormont will tell you about yourself real quick.
Mm-hmm. At such a young age, too. I mean, she's so young. Can we talk for a second about Arya?
Oh, my goodness.
The Red Wedding.
Oh, wow.
She closed that door. I mean, I told him, I was like, considering how little a screen time she had, it was such a big impact. I mean, that was freaking awesome.
She had me fooled. I didn't know. I didn't quite know that it was her.
I had honestly, and I like Arya.
I could tell that
she's
something
one of my
was
favorites.
up.
But the whole time it just was such entrenching story, I kind of forgot about Arya for a little while because it was just so much happening in this episode. And then she's there, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Now, what did she mix up in his cake? He was eating something weird.
It was his sons.
It was his sons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She
fed him his children.
Oh, man.
Arya's not playing, man. I mean, she's the real deal.
Jeez, I think Cartman did that in an episode of South Park.
Scott Tetherman?
Yeah. It's just great how they... Yeah.
Oh, Scott. It's your parents. You're eating your parents, Scott.
It's good to have strong, influences in a show.
But, that was, I mean, she really is a force. I really do hope she makes it back to Jon Snow and, we can start seeing the Stark Empire.
Well, she can't be too far away.
No. So I really do hope she gets there. And, I mean, because Sansa knows she's alive because Brienne told her that she had tried to get her to come with her.
See, I was really wondering if she was going to continue, if she was going to be able to use like the faces and all that stuff.
Right, yeah.
I thought, that maybe she was just like going back to being herself and she was just going to be a badass.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that she would use her.
She probably just stole a few on the way out,
Who knows, or she's making them herself, like just taking them from other people,
Perfected the technique.
She's got a list of people, that she's going to kill.
Yeah.
And
who do you think's next?
That's the easiest way to get close is just to disguise yourself.
She does have a big, she's got Gregor Tregain. She's got the Mountain is on her list, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the Mountain is on her list. I mean, of course, Cersei is on her list.
Cersei's on the list. The Hound, luckily, was taken off the list.
He's been redacted. Man,
I think they're gonna
reconnect,
team up. Yeah.
God, that would be awesome.
That whole face swapping thing though is just amazing. She must have cut off some serious titty too. I mean, she was very well endowed when she was in disguise.
I don't know if she necessarily had to cut the boobs off.
Do you think it was it could have been like a fake suit, like Martin Lawrence in Big Mama's house, or like Eddie Murphy in
Big Arya's
the
house?
Oh,
but that was some twisted stuff. Let's see. Fire? So much happens.
That would have been great. Like he's choking on the cake, and she just says, "Help is on the way, dear." And she runs and gives him the Heimlich instead of slitting his throat.
Hello. Well, like what was it when he had the pie on his face? He's like, "Hello." If she would have pulled it off and just like, "Hello."
Oh Lord.
Oh man. So we didn't see anything from Brienne.
No, I guess she's still on the way back with old Padre.
She's still on that lazy river ride.
Bronn getting it in with the ladies. I mean, basically getting Jaime's rejects more or less.
Yeah.
But I mean,
hey, I'll eat those.
I was going to say,
even Jaime, he's like, you don't even have to do anything.
I love it though because he's like, they're not my type. He's like, what? Not blonde enough for you? Oh man, sister incest jokes. Yeah, I'm really. It's some big stuff coming up. I'm trying to think of who else. I mean, it was just so much. It was an hour and a half long episode, right?
Darn old Maester Pycelle. He got his ass cut.
Oh.
Children of the Corn style.
That was too much for me.
Yeah.
He's like an episode 1 OG, man.
Pycelle, he deserves to get murdered.
He deserved that a long time
What did
ago.
he do so bad?
I thought Tyrion was going to have him killed back in season 2.
He was nice enough to let him go.
Yeah.
I think they still didn't they tar and feather him or something like that?
Yeah.
Something embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
Humiliating.
Yeah.
He's just got so
cut
much
his beard.
sage wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
Darn old Matt last night, he was accusing him of pedophilic crimes. I had to take up for the guy.
I'm pretty sure that. I mean, he looks like he would be.
But
He's
every time we see him with a prostitute, it's always a of age, beautiful female. You think he's still cornholing those little boys?
I mean,
and girls.
I think those little birds or whatever. I think they might have had
no.
They had had enough.
They ain't
Now,
doing no bird
those-
bath with Pycelle.
Those birds, who did we find out earlier they were informing? Like, that was kind of a reveal. Was it Varys?
That was who? Yeah, those were his little birds or whatever.
Right, okay. I knew there was like a big reveal when I was watching. It's like, okay, now we know that they are somebody's, birds.
And Dern, what's the new master of Whispers? What's his name? I can't remember his name. But anyway, he's like weaponized them. He's got them going around doing hits, like whacking folks.
So do we think? Do y'all think Melisandre will return? I mean, obviously, I don't think we'll just not see her.
In some capacity, I would imagine.
You think that maybe she'll just be like outside the fight, throwing like little fireballs?
I think she might try to redeem herself to some degree.
Maybe she'll
I think
find
I think she might end up saving Davos. Who knows?
Maybe she'll go find like the brothers without a banner and team up, because I mean they worship the same fire god, right? So I mean that's right up her alley. I mean, and they were on the road when we saw them last, so I mean it's very possible they could run into each other.
It would be kind of nice to see, like, if in one instance, in the future that Davos is in trouble and he's about to die, and then Melisandre comes to the rescue.
He dies and she brings him back,
and then
he kills her. He wakes up and is like, stabs her.
Man, Jon Snow, he's slipping, man. Like, Melisandre is like a human weapon. You don't let her go.
That's what I said earlier. I would be like, as much as I hate what she did, man, I mean, we're thinking war right now.
Yeah.
What was that? It's just like with Jon Snow, man. I didn't get to read the article, but it was like, why the Starks always lose. And it's sometimes you've got to take like good and set it aside and go, man, look, she did something screwed up. I'm not, we'll handle that later. But for right now, I need her. I mean, she brought me back to life.
But just don't banish her. Like, if you're not going to use her, kill her, or else somebody else is going to be using her for their own
Do you
needs.
think she feels remorse? I mean, she knows that she was wrong.
Oh, I absolutely think she feels remorse.
Yeah.
And you could see it, just in her. And I don't know if she said it or not. One of the Game of Thrones actors had said that actually it might have been Sam, had said, like, your greatest ally when you're acting is your face. And they all kind of go by that. And I mean, she looks thoroughly like out of it. Like, even though they just won, she doesn't look like she's gloating. Like, she's got a lot of regret.
I don't think she's remorseful, though. I think, like any other woman, she just hates to admit she's wrong. And that's what they're doing. They're like, look, you've been wrong every time, and we're calling you out on it. And she's like, wrong.
I'd be like, let me see you birth a smoke demon out of your vajayjay.
Yeah. You think passing a stone's hard? Try that.
Passing the devil.
Yeah.
So, that probably the most exciting part of the episode, but Sam has finally arrived.
Oh, yeah.
To be a maester.
Can't forget about
so,
Sam.
he's in this great library, which looks freaking awesome. I want one of those in my house.
It was amazing how they were using the light from the sun reflected off all those chandeliers and stuff. Really, really intricate stuff.
So he's back. Nothing huge with no developments with that, but we know now he's starting his maester. Maybe he'll come in handy to Jon. Like he might learn about the White Walkers or something useful, and then I could see him going back to Jon and being a great advisor or something during this.
I'm really curious as to how much they have to offer, because they didn't even know that Jon Snow was the new leader of the...
Yeah. That guy was hilarious, though. I love the handout to take it.
Yeah.
He's just like, here, you take this.
He seems like he should work at the DMV.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
God, yes.
That's the kind of person. He
just the lifeless. You just don't even care. Nothing.
Which I'm sure that job is probably soul crushing at the same time.
I can believe it.
Oh man.
All right. So also Bran, we did kind of touch on his flashbacks, but now he's a three-eyed raven, and they are just outside the wall. It was pretty cool that we found from Benjen that the wall actually has magic in it. It's not just a wall. He said there's actually I don't want to say curses, but like magic on it.
He couldn't cross, because he was. I guess
he's technically dead, right?
Even though he was brought back to life, I'm not sure how that works. So I
wonder if Jon goes out, can he come back?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
That's a good point. Oh, I didn't think about that. So
Jon doesn't have that dragon glass through his heart, though.
True. Yeah.
Is it still there?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question.
They brought him back with the dragon glass, but is it still lodged in his body? We don't.
These are all good questions.
Very good questions. I wonder if we're going to see Benjen. I'm saying his name right? Because the whole time I want to call him Benji, like the old dog.
Yeah, close enough.
Benjen. I feel like we're going to definitely see him kicking some undead ass in the war to come. Because he said he still fights for the living. Yeah. So I could definitely see him just rolling in there.
He kind of reminds me of T2 Arnold, in Terminator 2. He's a machine, but he's fighting for the humans. But it's only a matter of time before the machines get their claws back in him.
Oh yeah.
So the dead can turn him back to their own purpose.
He might end up. Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll come in.
Point, yeah.
He'll come in, kill quite a few of them, and then somehow they'll turn him and White Walker and.
He'll try to fight it, but it'll just feel so.
I wonder how that works. If you're dead, can you command other dead people?
I don't know.
Who knows?
That'd be the ultimate power. Maybe Jon Snow will get out there and the battle doesn't even happen. Maybe the undead just start following him. So then he turns around and is like, get Cersei. It's just like this, million-man gangbang destruction on Cersei's reign.
I don't know. I guess I don't know how it works. Does Jon still have he still has the cuts, right?
Yeah.
The stab
he's still got all of the scars.
Is it scars or is it still not healed? That's what I'm wondering.
As well as he was moving around on that battlefield, I would hope that they've healed by now. Or Jon Snow is just the toughest SOB in the world. I still can't get over that trampling scene, man. I mean, it made it hard for me to breathe watching that scene.
Oh, yeah, claustrophobia all the way.
2 episodes back, but God, man. I mean, that's just really good filming.
Absolutely.
It just very good all around. I mean, the acting, the screenplay, all of it, because I'm just sitting here kind of like short of breath watching it. I mean, it's like watching someone drown.
And that speaks to the power of the show, man, how hard it sucks you in.
It really does.
It sucks me so hard every week. Every week.
I knew that was coming. I thought, I was like, there's no way.
I'm just saying it sucks me really, really well.
There's no way we're getting a Oh, by the way, you sent me a text message that says boo.
I'm not saying you're my boo. I'm saying boo. I'm here. Surprise.
I got you. I got you.
What up, Bo?
What up, Bay? I hate that term, Bay.
Bye.
Everyone's using it here lately.
Yep.
Mom is Bay. Dad is Bay. Everybody Bay. Jeez.
Pizza is Bay.
That Yeti or Ozark Trail cup you have is Bay. Mm-hmm. Those headphones are surely Bay.
Oh, yeah.
A long time ago.
I might even just use these all the time now.
You should. I like them. You know, it says, hey, come at me, bro.
Remember, I had an idea for internment camps for people going around saying like hella, and there was another word.
We're going to go right on by internment camps.
I'm just saying, they need to be thrown in there as well.
Yeah, the Bay people, yeah. We just refer to them as the Bay people.
Yeah. Probably the same people using the word hella. And gosh, there was one more I can't remember.
I think in the appropriate setting, it's okay.
Hella is?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Only don't
like
overuse it.
Don't be like, dude, it was a hella fun time, and then that ride was hella big, and man, it was hella crazy, and I was hella drunk. But if you just want to be like, man, I rode the volcano this weekend, and man, that takeoff is like hella crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm hella done with the both of yous. Both of yous, hella done.
I think as long as you only use it like once every, so it's important.
Ratchet was the other word I hate.
Ratchet, yes, I hate
Jesus. Y'all are being real ratchet right now, defending hella. That's all I'm saying.
I wish we could do this in the morning when I was like fully alert and on my P's and Q's. But no, I think that's a little extreme. Maybe just put them in grammar school.
Yeah, I mean, there can be a grammar school within the internment.
You know what I find funny?
They need to be completely separated from society.
You know what I find funny, completely away from the Game of Thrones? We will return in the moment. But I've noticed, like, my parents, when they text me, they use the slang now, and I text everything out. Like, my dad will say, I don't know, like I might say something, and he'll say you, the letter U, the letter R, and then like right, like you are right, or you, the letter U, and then right, you right. And I'm like, your apostrophe, RERIGHT. I've noticed, you notice it kind of reverse now.
With keyboards and swipe technology, we don't have to shorten our words anymore.
Right.
I mean,
guess the parents, they're just getting to the point where they're just like,
before when you're using like T9 word or just like straight up buttons, like that was miserable.
I'll tell you something fun to do. If you've never done this, it's a fun game. You can play with your friends. Get a group chat going. Number one, everyone will hate you for starting a group chat because you can't freaking leave the group chat unless iPhones come up with some way to leave it now. But what you do is get in a group chat and just start like letting autocorrect like make up words. So just like type, and some of the stuff you get is downright disturbing. I'm pretty sure the apocalypse is right around the corner from some of that. I think secret messages are in your autocorrect.
Yeah, it remembers.
Yeah. Try that,
though. Yeah.
The autocorrect remembers. The North remembers. We finally heard that.
Yes.
The North remembers.
And winter is here officially.
Winter is, I can't believe we didn't say that. We should have started with that. Winter is here. I mean, like, we've been hearing about it for 6 seasons. Winter is coming. And now it's here.
This really was
here.
Winter finally came.
It did come. All right, somebody. Anyway, but yeah, this is just the culmination of all 6 seasons, all in one night.
Yeah, it's what we've been building up to for the past 6 years.
I tell you, man, this show, and I'm sure somewhere out there's someone who just doesn't feel the same way. But this show, for me, man, it does not disappoint. I mean, I think that's why it's like my favorite show, just compared to other things. It's not really ever disappointed me. Anytime you had a slow episode, it always was building up for something well worth the wait. You know what I mean? Not something we had to wait 7 freaking seasons. 7 months to find. And that's what Game of Thrones proves it too. And I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm willing to bet it's a lot. Like The Walking Dead, don't let you know who Negan killed. I guess hoping you'll all come back. But I mean, how many? Everybody's coming back for the Game of Thrones season premiere, and
of course,
there was really no cliffhangers. I mean, you get what's happening, you know what's going on. Now you're just excited to see where it's going, and just as many people, will come back for that.
They don't need to use the cheap ploys.
Yeah.
Walking Dead doesn't
just
either.
an example of good story writing and all, everything, the filming, every acting, all of that put together can completely take away the need for cliffhangers.
I thought it was very satisfying. At
the end of it, I'm like, yes, I just hate that I have to wait a freaking year.
I know.
This podcast just started. We've got to find Matt some work. But we do have other podcasting projects coming on.
A lot of irons in the fire.
I cannot talk. We've got to start doing these early in the morning. Like I get up at 4, so like 6:30, 7 work with y'all. That's when I'm really on my game.
Relax your throat, honey. Just relax your throat.
Oh man. I'm just going to face it this way for the majority of the podcast.
It'll help. That's all
I think I can look you in the eye, JP.
Just relax the larynx.
Does that make it more awkward? Or is when you look directly in their eyes?
These are my throat exercises. And it really helps before you go on mic. That's all I'm saying. There's no need for like ow now brown cow. Just the throat exercises.
For when you go on the mic.
A little citrus tea does the trick for me.
That helps too. Okay.
Yeah, citrus is great for the vocal cords. Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes. But yeah, so if you want the raspy sound. God, I know the Puddle of Mud lead singer one time in an interview was like, I drink orange juice and a lot of acidic blah, 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 blah. And I was like, man, you don't need to drink anything for that voice. Just sing through your nose.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. He's just going through a lot of shit. Yeah, every time I get on my Facebook, it's like, Wes arrested for this. Or like, man.
Yeah.
He's
not doing so good.
Yeah, he's definitely losing it.
You would think all that vitamin C
just like Littlefinger.
No, he ain't losing nothing.
Losing it. Littlefinger's losing it. I'm telling you, it's slowly unraveling around him. I mean, karma seems to be pretty real in the Game of Thrones universe. Even when the bad guys, they get ahead for a while, it always seems to circle back and get them.
I thought he was going to get him something there for a second, though.
He is, though. He's going to get it.
Oh, no. Sansa is on point this season. Like she's finally understanding the world around her. And
this season was the season of women.
It really was.
We have, like, two very strong female characters now. We got Cersei, which is pretty much like a Darth Vader of sorts.
Very much so. Good comparison. Very much so.
Daenerys being the...
Who's the Emperor? Who's the Emperor Palpatine? Would that be which I know she's not helping Cersei, but would that be Marjorie's grandmother?
Or it could be Melisandre because the old wrinkly naked body. Yeah.
And side note, talking about Marjorie's grandmother, can we just talk about I guess Lady Tyrell? Can they call her that? What is her actual name? Olenna. Yeah. I love how she just told the Vipers?
The Alaria,
the sand snakes. Just basically, she looks at the last one and was like, "Would you like to add anything?" let the grown ladies talk.
Yeah.
I mean, straight boss, man. She just doesn't care.
She takes no shit.
Even as she's getting a knife through her heart, I feel like she's going to have a middle finger in the air. Like screw you. But so some alliances.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Daenerys has got a big.
But I mean, at the same time, it's kind of payback. I mean, she kind of had it coming. I mean, like, she's partially responsible for Joffrey's death.
Who delivered the final blow on that? I mean, did we ever find out clearly?
Joffrey's death?
We know Littlefinger was in on it.
Littlefinger and what's her name?
Olenna.
Yeah.
They conspired.
Because now I know, don't get me wrong, those people are going to be like, "Well, do you even watch the show?" No, I remember when she said straight out, "Did you really think I was going to let you?" Either she was talking to Marjorie or about Marjorie, but was like, "Did you really think I was going to let my granddaughter marry a monster like that?"
Yeah.
So I knew she was a huge part of it, but I just didn't know because I saw an article the other day. It was like, Joffrey's real killer finally revealed, and I was like, I thought it was Marjorie's grandmother. Mm-hmm. What did I miss? So, okay.
Lord Baelish is going to get the Iron Throne.
Lord Baelish is done.
He's going to.
It's unraveling, man. His karma.
When he was telling Sansa about these pictures he pulls out of his head, and she was, talking about having her at his side at the Iron Throne, she was like, that is a pretty picture. Because she wants to see it.
Yeah,
she knows there's priorities.
She would not, man.
First.
You're just reading it so wrong. She said it in the most sarcastic asshole way she could. Yes,
it was
is
playful. It was playful.
Yeah, playful as in fuck off.
No,
and that kind of playful.
You have my heart. You just don't. You still got to earn it.
She shut him down. Though.
More like you touch my heart area, and I'm going to put you down. She's got Jon Snow now. She ain't. That's just like the cancer from within, though, would be freaking Littlefinger under, with Jon Snow's encampment. I mean, that could still just be...
I can't see Jon trusting him.
No, you guys just refuse to admit everyone in that hall would be dead if not for Littlefinger. Dead. Littlefinger.
No doubt he saved the. Well, really, Sansa saved the day. I mean, I know that she played him.
Yeah, she
he didn't do it out of the goodness of his heart.
She played him like a fiddle.
He's the one that brought the Knights of the Vale into the fray. He said it. Time for the Knights of the Vale to enter the fray. The fray.
And speaking of the fray, isn't that what that was the house is Frey, right?
Walder Frey, yeah.
That I love what Jamie told him, man. He's just like straight up. He's we have to come back and take it for you. Lose it every couple of years, and we have to take it back.
It's like, you ain't really done nothing. You ain't done nothing.
And I mean, he's an example of karma. It come back around and bit him in the throat.
Because when we started seeing him, I was expecting like your theory with Lady Stoneheart, right? Is that her name?
Right, for her to come back and just out of nowhere.
I thought that could have been a possibility, but I mean,
the director for the last few episodes or a couple episodes this season said that there's been that to him. Maybe the writers have cooked it up, but to him, there's been no talk. He said he can say with 100% honesty, not Robert Kirkman people at all. He's straight up said he hand over heart that there has been no discussion with him about Lady Stoneheart, and he's into it. So, which he had a good point though. He's like, I would love to see it, but I try to stay in the present so I can make these episodes as good as we can and not think well, I wish we had this. But he was a great example of karma. So I'm telling you, it's all unraveling around Littlefinger now.
No, it's just raveling tighter. It's weaving.
It's going to ravel so tight it's going to pop his head off.
No.
It's happening. So it's happening.
How do you predict he'll go?
Do you think I don't necessarily think that Sansa will be the one to kill him because, he royally screwed her over by handing her over to Ramsay. But I feel like, he still helped her out and she knows that. So I don't think that she'll do it. I just think that he's going to get his BSing playing both sides is going to end up getting between the wrong two sides, and they're both going to confront him. And maybe his death will form a new alliance. Like he could have two sides ready to go to war against each other, and
maybe he tries to make another move on Sansa, and just Brienne just cuts him in half.
Maybe if
she probably wants him too.
Maybe if his adoptive son, won't let him suck on his teat.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to get some more of that booby milk at the age of like 15.
Or maybe Sansa will just maybe
he'll kill him.
She's a serial killer now after killing Ramsay. So she needs a new victim.
Can we just get the Littlefinger like psycho scene, like he's in the shower and it just sounds like No, I think it's unraveling though, because he cannot have a happy ending. I just don't see that. He doesn't deserve it.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to have a happy ending. They've more or less said this show is going to end. It's either going to be a graveyard, covered in snow, or a graveyard of sand.
Right.
Like ain't nobody making it out alive.
Daenerys is going to make it out alive. The mother of dragons, son.
They keep saying, I don't know.
I believe you. I really feel like in the last season, everyone is going to die. Like, I feel like a battle between, and I'm sure it might not just be one giant battle with the White Walkers, but I feel like the climax of that, like the big battle, I feel like you're going to see so many people just dropping.
It would be pretty ironic, like everybody's like vying for the throne, and then in the end, there's no one left to rule.
It's just a throne.
Yeah, it's just a throne.
The common folk are like, what do we do now? And it's like, democracy. I don't know who to...
Let's take a vote.
I feel like we're starting something here.
What's a vote?
My country, 'tis of thee. George Washington shows up like we don't even realize the same time period. He's like, I have an idea.
With a bushel of cherries and an axe. And he's just like,
let's not lie to each other.
This is probably how the Magna Carta
Abraham.
Let's paint this place white, and we'll go from there.
Who was the honest one? It was the honest Abe. Mm-hmm. Who was it to chop down the cherry tree?
Was
that George Washington?
Yeah.
Cannot tell a lie. You're a politician. It's what you do for a living.
Exactly.
But love my founding fathers. Just joking. But seriously, I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything we might have left out. I think karma's coming back for Littlefinger. I think next season is going to unravel for him. Not good karma. Not saying he hasn't done some good. Littlefinger has definitely done some good, but let's face it, he's never done good for the sake of doing good.
It's always been his own interest.
You've had some people that do good just because it's good.
I think the only reason he even saved the day was just so he could get in Sansa's pants.
And he will. Everything's coming up Baelish.
Describe the scene, JP. Tell us how this is going to happen.
How is he going to woo
Paint
her?
the picture for us.
Of Sansa and Lord Baelish?
And Lord Baelish's hookup. Explain to me how it goes.
Well, Lord Baelish finally...
Feel free to do the music if you want to. Do the Top Gun music. Dun, 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 dun.
He's finally overtaken Cersei. He has the Iron Throne. Everyone's kneeling before him.
How did he take over Cersei? There's plot holes here, man. Isn't it?
I mean, look, I don't have Littlefinger's brain. I never claimed to. I just, greatness.
What I'm curious is how he's going to seduce Sansa.
He's not going to have to seduce her.
He's not going to seduce her because Sansa is like on point, man. She's a boss this season. Like she now. I mean, like trusting him, and then seeing him just trade her off like it was nothing, and then she knows when he's trying to give her this whole "I always loved you," blah blah blah. Like she knows this is bullcrap.
She even says that she never believed anything he said anyway.
Yeah, I know.
She was just using
Sansa's
him.
Not
it's playful. It's playful.
Like I said, man, we need to, after this podcast, we need to talk about signals from girls and what they really mean, because I feel like you could have a turbulent future.
No. It's going to be the most passionate love scene ever on the Iron Throne.
You've already misread Pycelle's misgivings.
Yeah.
What Pycelle? He was just a gingerly old guy, kind of like a skinny Santa Claus.
Very aggravating
likes
Santa
to
Claus.
touch little children.
Who follows little boys.
He was doing it out of concern.
I mean, do you remember that scene that one time? I think it was him and Tommen together in Tommen's bedroom, and I think somebody walks in.
Well, Tommen,
and he's like, "Oh, let me get out of here," and he shuffles out of there.
As I recall, Tommen had like a rash on his inner thigh, and he had this ointment. The Maester had this ointment because the Maester's kind of a doctor, and he was just kind of helping remedy the rash.
They were playing doctor, but with the whole plan, it's like, which I guess it doesn't really matter because it's all going to explode. But it'd have been like, what if they didn't follow them in there? You know what I mean? I mean, obviously the Maester would have because he was told to come here, but homeboy that followed that kid down. But then again, it really wouldn't have mattered for the plot because he would have just got blown up.
Yeah, and that wildfire is volatile.
That's based off of I think they based that off of Greek fire, which is actually like this supposed secret weapon that the Greeks had that was feared. It was, like it would stick to you, it would burn you underwater. Like it was just this terrifying stuff.
Now, see, I'm curious about something.
What's that?
Like they lit it by burning a candle down to the very bottom.
That was like the fuse, yeah.
Now,
who was brave enough to light it?
Not only that, but who calculated like how much candle they needed and how long it would take that candle to burn?
I'm sure someone did their homework, I guess. I don't know.
I guess they just, good point.
She was like, I want it to happen right as everybody's in there.
I wonder. And at first, it's like when I really thought Cersei, which we know Cersei is Cersei. I need to go to bed. Cersei loves her children. We do know that. She might be a psycho wench, but she really does care about her kids. It's probably the only positive thing she's really got going for her character. But, and not character as in her as a character, but like her character as a person. But I feel like when Tommen, when the mountain grabbed Tommen, I actually thought he was going to kill him. I was like, so she's finally flipped the switch. She's finally like, you know what? Just
part of me kind of believes that like she knew that he was going to
think so. Like
he was going to do something bad. Yeah. And I mean, I don't think she seemed that broken up about it.
Not like we thought she would.
The look on her face. She has a little glass of wine. She's looking at
she's quite the wino these days.
The scenery, having a little smile. She looks like she's a newly single woman who just took everything in the divorce. That's what she looks like. She
does.
To me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When she did, she took the 7 kingdoms.
And Tommen was weak. She knew Tommen was weak.
Yeah, Tommen was just a dumbass.
Do you think that made her love him less?
No. I think she still loved him. The way a mother loves a kid. He might not have been in the runnings for her favorite.
But she also must have known that he was there was a cunt hair between her and the Iron Throne, and he was, that hair. Mm-hmm. That's a line from The Sopranos.
Yeah, well, they actually made that line when Walder Frey was talking about his sons. He was like, "What are they off? Trimming their cunt hairs, or cutting their cunt hairs, or whatever." Right before he found out, no, you're actually eating them. Ugh. Who didn't eat the pie and go, this tastes oddly different? I would imagine.
Straight up Sweeney Todd at his ass.
Yeah, no kidding. But I'm trying to think. Is there? I mean, I'm sure there is, but there's so much in this episode.
I think we've rounded it out pretty. I think
we've gotten most things covered. So Varys, we were wondering, like, man, is he? He did leave right as that attack on Slaver's Bay started, which they've now changed the name of
Dragon Bay.
Dragon Bay, yeah.
I think this is the most satisfying season finale ever.
Yeah, it was a lot of closure.
A lot of closure and a lot of setup. It was like a lot of stories ended, and it's set up for some really epic stuff. And I don't even use the word epic that awesome.
Yeah.
God, I need to go to bed, man. For those few that don't, those couple of listeners that don't listen to every podcast, I talk on the radio in the mornings at like 6 o'clock. So by the time we record this at 6 o'clock in the evening, my brain is just shut down. And I don't help that we go work out before this. JP somehow keeps his wit, but mine just leaves.
Well, Monday's my day off, so
True that.
Well, the next 2 seasons are going to be hella epic.
Is that what are they doing? Are they going to shorten the 8th season? I heard something
that's
going on.
That's the rumor. I can't confirm it, but I mean, I really hope that they at least. I mean, I hope they don't do like 5 episodes per season.
Yeah, I want 20 more episodes.
I want
at a minimum.
Yeah, I respect people though that, like this.
I feel like it would be hard to wrap up the show with
just a few.
Yeah.
Let's see, and that's what they said a while. That they're not dragging it out. They're not just going to continue. Like I can appreciate that from a story standpoint of like they're telling you a story. It's not so much let's just keep dragging this out to get ratings.
Yeah.
And
well, guys, I mean, what would you prefer? I mean, like, would you prefer like 2 6-episode seasons or 1 like 12-episode season?
Give it to me all at once.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
1 12-episode season would rock. I mean, at least you get it for a little bit longer. I mean, because I hate breaks in shows.
Yeah.
I know I don't mind week to week breaks.
Because there'll be another year. You have to wait to watch 5 episodes, 6 episodes, whatever it may be. It's just all theories.
I'm already excited. It feels like no time ago I was watching the trailers for the new season, and we were talking about it in the gym. We were talking about like all the new trailers got Jamie saying this to the High Sparrow and blah 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 blah. And now it's really been 10 weeks since we had that discussion.
Time flies.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 months.
I mean, I got my dad hooked on the show right before the 6th season started.
Like,
so he binge watched 50 episodes to get ready for the new season.
My dad's still in season 2, but he falls asleep when he sits in front of the TV. But it's not a reflection of Game of Thrones. It's just a reflection.
And my mom, like, she doesn't watch the show, but Dad made her watch the Battle of the Bastards. I think she was kind of shocked.
We didn't even mention that was on Father's Day, too. Not to interrupt you, but I didn't even think about that. I texted him. I was
Battle
like,
of the Bastards on Father's Day.
Did you realize that Battle of the Bastards aired on Father's Day? So your mom likes it?
Oh, she was... she's not as much into that stuff as
my mom's.
So, but like, I think she was just more of like shocked by the brutality.
She was aghast.
My mom loved The Walking Dead up until the point that they ate Bob's leg, and I'm like, that's what did it for you? I mean, we've got an entire show based around diseased people eating each other, but because some undiseased people eat a man's leg. But my mom, after that, she just she'll sit in, like if she's in there and it comes on, she'll watch. But she's.
I mean, at that point, Carol had capped that little girl in the back of the head. There had been some messed up stuff before that.
Yeah, and that's what did it. So I can tell you right now, she would hate it. All the words, cunt, twat, all. My mother just could not handle it. Bless her heart. It just would be too much for her to take.
Huh.
But I think we've rounded out pretty much everything. Arya headed towards Winterfell. I mean, she said she's heading home to her family.
We assume,
Thank God Jon Snow and them were there
at least she'll get a nice little warm welcome.
She's actually got a home to go back to now.
God help what Ramsay would have done with her. If she'd have got there.
Or what she would have done with him. That's the real question.
We got, I guess, Bran's finally reached the wall.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's getting ready to get out of White Walker territory.
Maybe a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And he's the only one with the knowledge of Jon Snow's real origins. So until he gets down there.
I wonder how people will look at him after. Like, if they find that out, it becomes wide known that, hey, he's not actually the son of Ned Stark. He's just his nephew. Like, will they be so? I mean, I feel like the wildlings won't give a shit. They just behind Jon Snow regardless. But
I find it strange that he didn't at least tell his wife. Did he not trust her to keep it a secret, or was it just?
Well, I don't know. No, I guess she didn't, because the wife definitely.
She just let him hate
so much hate.
She just let her hate him for his entire life.
But you know what? I know. You know what? I definitely don't think he told his wife, because she. It's like
That's what I'm saying. Like why couldn't he have at least told his wife?
She knew if he told anybody that and it got out, then that was it.
You think Catelyn would have had loose lips on that one?
Probably.
Well, I think more than anything,
been getting her hair cut, like getting her hair done, and be talking all that gossip
Jon
and shit.
Snow,
like he gave his sister like his word, he'd keep it a secret. And his word, Ned Stark's a man of honor.
They say
that's true.
As Ned's getting his head cut off, if you look close enough, he says something right before. And some people have said it's a saying that forgive me, diehard fans, for not knowing it, but it basically is just like a saying you say before you die that they say in this universe. But a lot of people said it looks like he says, I kept my promise, and then, like he's talking to his sister, like I kept my promise, and then it killed. So now that would make a lot more sense now that we've seen the backstory on this, that he's like, because basically it seems like that was part of, his main objective, I guess, was to, kind of, I don't know, it's just crazy how it ties together.
I know a guy one time who his saying about death was, when they lay me in my grave, no more pussy will I crave.
That definitely was that JP?
No, it was a guy. Do you remember the guy who saved that girl at the gas station that time?
Here?
The two guys went to rob the gas station. And he was standing there talking to the cashier, and they came in like pointing guns, and he told them to put the guns up and leave.
Oh, I didn't hear that. How long ago was that? That was here.
It's been probably six plus months ago, maybe even longer actually, because but he's passed away now. But that's my tribute to him.
Well, awesome, and we appreciate his philosophy. It definitely will. Well, guys, it's been a fun 10 episodes. I hate that it's come to an end. So.
Well, we were talking maybe next week do a full retrospective of season 6.
That's right.
Just to kind of give everyone just that closure they need.
That's right. We're gonna get together and we're gonna talk about the entire season as a whole. Definitely might need to get a flash drive from you and get a couple of those episodes to kind of go back and reread. But so we will be back one more time next week, and we've got a lot of stuff coming. And like I said, if you've never subscribed to our other channel, it's the Podcasting Dead. We're going to post stuff to both. I really am thinking about merging this with the Podcasting Dead because I've gotten a lot of people asking, on one podcast, how do I find the other podcast?
Yeah.
So now we could just
join our houses.
Right, yeah.
And no one even has to get married.
We'll be stronger.
Right. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll put a Game of Thrones, and maybe I'll re-upload every podcast into the category, for those listeners of ours. So if you are a subscriber and you haven't, go subscribe to the Podcasting Dead, because I think that's where we'll probably move it, because we've got a pretty good base there, so it just will be easier. So, but we'll be back next week for a retrospective episode, and then a little break.
Yeah, and to talk about future projects.
Yeah, we've got
everyone should be excited about.
Everybody. If not, JP is going to misinterpret your signals, and he's coming for you.
No, stop it, you guys.
All right. Well, we didn't rate it though. We didn't rate it. I'm going to give it. I'm going to start with you, but I'm just excited.
I see. I like to kind of want to hear everybody else's, but anyway.
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
because I know I'm going to throw you first.
Because I'm probably gonna piggyback somebody.
I'm gonna go crazy here and give it a perfect 10 out of 10. Very few season finales of any show, period, leave you that satisfied. Yeah. Like it left on a high note. Yeah. You can't wait for the next season, but at the same time, it answered just great. I thought it was very well written, very well acted, very well filmed. 10 out of 10 for me.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I think this episode was as pure as Sansa's feelings for Littlefinger. So I will give it a perfect 100.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, so it's got 10s across the board.
I'm going to give it an S for satisfying. Oh man, I messed it up.
Satisfying, man. You're talking like me now.
Perfect 10. Perfect 10.
I loved it. So 10 across the board. That's awesome. And we don't
30 out of 30.
I find though when we rate these, we rate them a lot higher than The Walking Dead. Some Walking Deads will be like, 6.5. It was kind of slow. With this one, I think the lowest we've done is probably like 8 something.
At the end of the day, it's just a better show.
It's just
really all there is to it.
It really is. Podcasting Dead fans.
It's way more.
Don't come after us.
It's just better produced.
Yeah.
Better written, better acted.
Love my Walking Dead. It's one of my all-time favorites. But the Game of Thrones is just. It's like Matt from our other podcast has said too. The people that make this made movies. So. It really shows because it's just like one long freaking movie.
$10 million on that battle scene alone, that's pretty incredible.
That's more than I make ever.
Yeah.
Probably ever will make.
Yeah.
But all right, so I'm Justin.
I'm Matt.
Oh, and I'm JP. I used my deep voice.
Yeah, nailed it. You nailed it.